Okay, pickle people, today we're taking a look at the Avatar Pro from a Vietnamese company called Sypik. And you might have seen this paddle on the pro circuit at some point in the hands of the Avatar ballbender himself, Quang Duong, or QD. And there's a reason he likes this paddle so much. It's got a ton of power while still letting you shape the ball with some buttery finesse. Before we get too far along though, would you mind doing me a favor and hitting that subscribe button and giving this video a like? That helps the channel a ton and is always super appreciated. And while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and follow my podcast, Is This a Pickleball Podcast with Matthew K. Pickleball. There's a link down in the description that has all the different podcast platforms, and giving us a sub will help make sure we get a chance to test out all the latest releases, so you'll have all the info you need for your paddle hunting. Also, be sure to stick around until the end of today's video because we'll be giving away some very cool accessories from one of the OG pickleball reviewing kingpins and now accessories mogul, Pickleball Effect. And it's something that will come in handy with this paddle in particular, so you won't want to miss it. With all that out of the way, let's talk Avatar Pro. So this is a Gen 4 full foam paddle in an elongated shape. And if you need a refresher on the benefits of Gen 4 construction, I just covered that in my Ronbus Quanta review, so definitely check that out if you haven't. And while I wasn't able to confirm the details on how this core is built, I've seen some stuff floating around online that makes me think its core is in a floating configuration with its foam center fully encircled by a separate foam ring. So that means it's got a design similar to the Vatic V Soul Pro. However, the touch and feel of the Avatar is light years better than that paddle in my opinion, and we'll be talking more about that in a bit. I also appreciate that the Avatar with its 7.8 to 8.2 ounce target static weight range is almost half an ounce lighter than the budget Vatic option, while having a higher swing weight at 116 with a twist weight a nudge higher as well at 6.25. So the Avatar is lighter in the hands with more power and bigger sweet spot, at least on paper, compared to the Vatic V-Soul Pro V7 with long handle to get super specific. Also, shout out to David over at Tickle My Pickleball for helping me get the Avatar stats. Beyond that, the Avatar is listed as approved on both USAP and UPA sites. However, the unit I tested only has the UPA logo. And one other thing I should point out, since Sypik is a Vietnam-based company, I haven't been able to pinpoint what the manufacturer's warranty is, which might give some folks pause. Also, this paddle is actually pretty hard to get in the States right now, as the US isn't Sypik's main market. In the past, you'd have to message reps on Instagram to place orders, but now some US retailers are starting to carry their lines. And the one I would recommend trying is Spinwave Pickleball. They provided this review unit for me to test, and I think they're a great store to support. They have physical locations in New York and Long Island, so you can actually connect with a real person if you need to or have an issue, and then they have free shipping on all orders over $100. Additionally, Spinwave has a super cool program where they'll customize your paddle for you before sending it out. They'll do something simple like slap an overgrip and edge tape on, or even engrave your name on the face so Wilson will stop grabbing your paddle by accident at open play. And then they'll even go all out and install a Hesicore or a slice speed cap, so you'll be ready to take this thing to the courts as soon as it arrives. And if you've ever installed a Hesicore in particular, I think you'll know that add-on is well worth it. On top of that, Spinwave does 30-day returns, so if you don't like it, you can send it back, and that's pretty unheard of these days. As for price, Spinwave does utilize discount codes, so you can save 10% on the Avatar Pro with promo code MatthewK, making this thing $252. But even after discount, that price tag still got some heft to it, so is it worth it? Well, let's get into how this baby performs so you can decide for yourself. And the headline here is that the Avatar Pro has a super unique feel compared to all the foam paddles I've tested. You get a ton of power without it being super propulsive or unpredictable, while still having a ton of dwell to let you shape your shots. And as I've already mentioned, the touch and feel is much more pleasant compared to the Vatic V Soul Pro. However, that's really not a fair comparison, as one's a budget option, while the Sypik is definitely on the premium side of things. So how does it compare to the OG status foamy, the Selkirk Boomstick? Well, with the Avatar, you feel super connected to the ball as you make contact. The feel is very firm and secure, while the Boomstick is a bit pingier out of the box compared to the Avatar. With the Avatar, you can shape the ball to an insane degree, but it feels super smooth and connected to your body. Contrastly, the Boomstick has insane spin that really lets you shape as well, but it feels like a lot of that touch and ball manipulation is coming from how Selkirk built the layup. The Avatar pockets and absorbs the ball and lets you target like a paintbrush to canvas, whereas the Boomstick is more of a typewriter. That's not to say one is better than the other. Pictures and words can both be beautiful and even communicate similar ideas. It's a style preference more than anything else. So if ball feel is important to you, you really might have to demo both to get a better idea of what kind of artist you are and which medium is best for your style. Because I'm not sure, even with this super extended analogy, I can do justice to describing either. They're both a ton of fun, just different. And it goes without saying they're both super, super powerful. Additionally, the Avatar plays a bit differently from some of the other super dwelly foam paddles I've covered on the channel already, like Honolulu's J2 FC Plus. Honolulu's initial FC Plus paddle in the J2 shape had insane dwell, but really pushed the ball off the paddle head with a lot of extra propulsive energy. And for me personally, I found that kind of design and feedback to make some of my softer short game a little more difficult to execute. That being said, I do think Honolulu's J6 FC Plus really improved upon the J2 FC Plus and is much easier to handle and actually sits closer to the Avatar in the control department. In the end, the Avatar with its beefy 16mm foam build with its stretched out elongated shape is a real powerhouse. There's no mistaking this thing for an all court. It's a power paddle all the way. That being said, the Avatar's 1/16 swing weight, and I've seen other units come in even higher, just felt a tad heavy for me. And that brings us to today's featured accessory and giveaway. These are Pickleball Effects Cap Coin, and it's basically a way to add weight to your handle to basically shift the balance point of your paddle lower on the face and effectively make it feel lighter in the hands. At least that's my experience with using handle weight. And what I like about Pickleball Effect in particular is that he offers a sample pack where you can get weights at 6, 9, and 12 grams for less than 20 bucks after promo code Matthew K. And that's a great way to experiment and see what will work for you. For me, I like using handle weight for head heavy or swingy paddles because it lets me get the lightweight feel I like without muting the pop by putting weight down here on the throat. For the Avatar in particular, I went with the lightest option of 6 grams, and it really helped me play longer with this paddle without my arm fatiguing or bothering me. It's really one of my favorite kinds of customization, and I think supporting Pickleball Effect is always a good thing, even though he's now sporting an arguably villainous mustache. I did have a chance to meet him at the Nerdy Tourney this year, and he didn't once try to tie me to any railroad tracks. Definitely give his product lines a look, and be sure to use promo code Matthew K to get the best price. And if you want a chance to win some for yourself, Pickleball Effect is letting me give 3 packs away for free. One winner will be selected from the comments of this video. All you need to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment which weight you're most interested in, 6, 9, or 12 grams, and then fill out the Google form in the description so I have a way to contact you if you win. And that's how one winner will be selected. 2 more winners will be picked that do all that and follow me on Instagram at Matthew K Pickleball. I'll make sure to leave a link for that in the description. That's it. I'll run the raffle in about a month, so be on the lookout for an email. Good luck. And if you like giveaways, I'm also giving away a free Quanta paddle from Ronbus in my review of their new budget foam line. If you haven't checked that video out, you definitely should, because those are some really great paddles. As for if you should get the Avatar Pro or not, that's a tough question. If you're in the market for a premium paddle and don't mind paying high-end prices, I definitely think this is one to consider. I haven't hit with a foam paddle that feels like an extension of my body the way the Avatar does. And it also has a super unique look that catches eyes at open play for sure. So if you're hunting for the high-end sports car of paddles that's got some flash and a souped up engine, this really is a great choice. And if you purchase from Spinwave, that 30-day test drive makes it even more tempting. Just don't forget to use promo code Matthew K to get the best price. But it really is a lot of fun. If you've got the budget, I doubt you'd regret grabbing one. But if your piggy bank is closer to mine, there are some other options that will get you more or less the same bang for your buck. The bang will just feel different. And that's really all I've got. If you found this video helpful, please consider using promo code MatthewK on your next pickleball gear purchase to help support the channel. I've got a lot of the popular brands listed below, and my master list has even more. I'll be sure to leave a link to Spinwave's site at the very top. You can also support the channel by purchasing some of the other cool pickleball gear I've been testing out by using the links and codes in the video description below. I also have a link to my favorite pickleball products you can get on Amazon down there as well, and that's got some really cool hidden gems you wouldn't expect. And then of course, hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and slamming that notification bell all go a long way to helping me out as well. Thank you so much for the support. But most importantly, I hope you get to pickle soon, and just don't forget, it's about having fun.